This is the point, Lawrence. It's never been easier to get rich.
I would agree with you.
To start this thing, it took brain power, took money. It
Yeah.
took a lot of frickin' hard work. It took yelling and screaming and raising capital and doing dog and pony shows.
Yeah.
All you have to do is buy one frickin' Bitcoin and you got it made.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's what's going to happen. I mean, Michael Saylor thinks that Bitcoin's going to 13 million a coin, and I agree with him.
Hi, I'm Mai. Welcome to Bitcoin Basics.
Do you realize what the legendary investment managers are saying? Buy one Bitcoin, just one, and you could completely change your future. That's how powerful this is. Think about this. There are more millionaires than there are Bitcoins. That means if you own just one, you're ahead of millions of people who can't even get one.
We think there are about 45, maybe 50 million people in the world who are millionaires. I think it might be higher than that. But there are only 21 million Bitcoin in the world, and some of them have been lost, and some of them are locked up, at MicroStrategy and so forth. And so every millionaire in the world can't even own one Bitcoin, right? I mean, they can own half a Bitcoin if we distribute them evenly. And by the way, they're not distributed evenly. So, you own one Bitcoin, you're almost guaranteed to be a millionaire as this whole thing unfolds. And I think you're going to be much more than that.
Harvard, Wall Street, they're sleeping on this. But regular people like us, we're getting in early. You're not too late. You're actually ahead.
The notion that average people can front run Wall Street and all these financial geniuses. I mean, I went to Harvard Business School and I've tried to interest them. I said, guys, this is the most revolutionary monetary development in the last 2,000 years. And, I know some of the students there and they've got a club and it's like 3 people. I sent it to the dean and he said, well, that's an interesting book, but and I proposed that we have a debate about it up on stage, and they haven't followed up. They're not interested. And I'm like, you're missing it. You're just missing an enormous change.
Can you believe someone sold 10,000 Bitcoin for a car? That's now worth almost $1 billion. Don't let that be your story. Hold it.
Hanging on to it and being patient, that's not simple.
No, I met my friends. They sold their Bitcoin to go take a vacation. I said, that's going to be the most expensive vacation you've ever taken.
Ever. I've met guys who were mining it on Apple basic Apple computers back in 10 and 11, and they had 10,000 Bitcoin. It got to $2. They were young kids and they needed a car, and they sold it all to buy a $20,000 car. And think about what 10,000 Bitcoin is worth today. You'd be a billionaire.
Bitcoin's been running flawlessly for over 16 years. No hacks, no bailouts, no CEO, just pure code and math. That's why it keeps winning.
With any other company investment, even with Amazon, they had a management team that could have screwed it up. I mean, the mathematical protocol behind Bitcoin, has now been time tested for almost 900,000 blocks in 16 years. And I don't think it can get screwed up. I think we just sit back and watch it increase in value. So, if you're an artist or, you have a different craft, I mean, you don't have to suddenly have a financial advisor. You can just put your money in Bitcoin, forget about it, and know that every year you'll gain in value.
Maybe you've never bought Bitcoin before, or maybe you grabbed a little and wish you got more. Either way, don't wait until it hits a new all-time high to say, I missed it.
Yeah, because every Bitcoiner says the same words.
Yeah.
I should have bought more.
I should have bought more. Yeah, I bought a handful of coins in 2014, and I wish I'd bought more. And I kept buying, of course, but those were $300 a coin. Kind of looks cheap now.
Every 100 years, things reset. Money, power, everything. And right now, we're in that moment. Bitcoin is leading the shift. Don't miss it.
Fourth turnings occur. That's Howe and Strauss wrote a book by that title. It suggests that every 80 to 100 years, all the rules of society change substantially. I think that's what's going on right now. I think our monetary system is going to change substantially. I think this fourth turning began in 2008 with the GFC, which was really a big crisis, financial crisis. These things typically last 10 to 30 years or 20 to 30 years. 20 years from 08 is 2028. That's 3 years from now. I don't think it'll be over by then. 2038 is 30 years. I don't think it'll take that long. I think in the next 10 years, the monetary system is going to substantially change, and that we're going to have the failure or severe inflation in fiat currencies, and the political backdrop is going to be that people are going to demand that we go back to the sound money standard that created America, which was the greatest nation in the world in 1946.
Let me put it simply. Fiat money loses value and it slowly robs you without you noticing. Bitcoin doesn't. It's built to protect your time and your hard work. That's not just smart, that's fair. That's freedom.
And then once you've seen it clearly,
Amen.
you'll come back with a conviction that like, okay, I get it. You know, my grandkids are going to inherit this and they're going to be rich.
Don't overthink this. If you believe in freedom, in owning your future, you should start with Bitcoin. Hold it. Let time do the rest. Easy peasy.
If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.